Hello everyone, Coach Anastasia here. Today, just a few exercises for the freestyle kick. So what I see often, unfortunately, is the kick does not line up in a pendulum motion with the rest of the body. And we often have the kick moving behind the body. And then that's either going to send us on a diagonal line, or we're even going to lose that energy and it's not going to propel us forward. So it's a good idea to practice the kick movement one leg at a time and make sure that we're getting this pendulum motion in front of and behind the body. So standing on a phone book, a block of wood, a yoga block if you have, you want to bring your leg forward and back. Now I recommend doing this movement with a straight leg because one of the things I see the most when the kick is behind the body is we're moving from the knee. And the knee is going to move with the force of the water. We're going to have a bit of a ricochet in the kick, but we want to drive the kick from our femur bone, the thigh. All right, so we want to get used to moving the leg front and back from the thigh. The other thing, it's very important to set your hip position. If we continue to hold our natural lower lumbar curve when we swim, we're going to be kicking behind the body. So we need to bring the belly in and the tailbone under. We're also going to have to engage some of the glute muscles so that we can hold our leg in line with the torso as much as possible as we kick. Now the other thing that we want to do is we want an internal rotation for the kick. As our leg goes back, internal rotation is very natural. Our femur bone is centrated in the hip socket. As we come forward, the natural movement is external rotation. So the kick movement is not big, but we want to keep an internal rotation so we keep the edge of the foot, use a whole foot to move water at the end of our leg. Now, once we've practiced the movement with no resistance, we want to do the same thing on the ground because we have a tendency to kick behind the body too much and not in front of the body. Coming down onto the back, internally rotate those legs and do small kicking motions. Head can be resting down or up if you want to work your abdominal chain even more. And again, just working straight legs. The knee is going to move on its own with the pressure of the water. So this you can do a few repeats of 30 seconds or up to a minute. Great exercise. Keep your legs close to the floor and move from the hips at all times. And then we can add some resistance. So going back to the block, you can take a band and get it around both your ankles. And then with your free leg, you're going to take the leg forward and back, forward and back. And then of course, after a few repeats, you would alternate, working both legs equally. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Have a wonderful evening and weekend. It's Friday.